Okay, and we should be live now here on YouTube for the Misfitz 150 here, presented by Moses Family Jerky, as we're getting ready to go racing here at Phoenix Raceway, or Phoenix International. I don't really know the proper name of it. Everybody's loading in, so we should hopefully be not far behind. But yeah, so it's gonna be a pretty good race, though. I feel like definitely is traditionally a pretty good racetrack for action, and of course the shortcut cheer line, whatever you guys like to call it, always adds some drama. Tanklin on pole, Nostang on his outside, green flag is out. I immediately have a bunch of drivers looking down the inside there. No, down through that area, and Keystone guy already looking to try and take the lead on lap 1. So I think he drove it in too deep and wasn't able to make it stick with Nostang on the outside without making contact, so looks like he may drop back to second. But he dropped to second from a ways back, so he's definitely up spots still. And he may actually still lead the lap. No, he does not. Nostang got it. So Nostang led that first lap. You got TN on the outside. And man, these guys are racing hard here for the race lead, 2 and 3 wide for most of it. Here we go, TN looking to the outside, might be trying to get around. Oh no, he goes down to the inside now, kind of falling in behind Nostang, and might be looking to cross him over. Not really able to get there though. Either not able to, or doesn't, or chooses not to. Hard to really tell between the two, because the two look fairly similar sometimes. So right now though, TN still looking for still not in the race lead. Let's see though, Keystone, he's trying to keep second here from TN actually. Trying to see if he can get it, but it looks like he might lose out to the 11 of, looks like he might lose out to the 11 of Tanklin there on the outside. It's really kind of a really odd track here because it's a short track, but it has qualities of an intermediate. And it's very wide, so it's almost kind of like you can go pretty much anywhere without much loss of momentum. So here we go. Looks like 27 going up the track just a little bit. 17 looking to the inside. The question is who's going to outbrake who. Looks like the 17 decides to kind of play it safe through the corner, which playing it safe can be good, but of course you always wonder when is it going to end up being time to go for it. Now, of course, 45 laps in this stage before points are awarded. Definitely not a worry. Yeah, C-Man here in the number 56 purple car. Got T-Sat in the 25. B-Mac driving the pink and orange number 55. You got Tyler in his number 12. You got his brother here in the number 33. We're back up front to Tanklin, where Tanklin's gotten to third place and has kind of solidified himself there ahead of Keystone. Looks like Keystone made a big move on the start, but I'm wondering if he might have taken a big slide with those tires to get there, and now has not much left to really kind of continue to fight for much of this. I mean, I think he's still okay on the tires, but certainly could always be a little better through the corners. Oh, and one guy way out. Is that Keystone? Yes, it is. MRL Keystone dropping way back. They got the 27 and the 11, and even I believe that's C-Man that's right behind there, right behind this fight. But really, they're all kind of fighting here while Nostang's just taking off to a pretty good lead at this point. See, it definitely looks like C-Man might be the one to beat. Or not C-Man, sorry. Nos might be the one to beat. C-Man trying to establish that he's in this fight by getting up with these front two that have kind of been up here. Of course, only 10 laps into it. Gonna be still a long way to go. 36 laps left in the stage. Gonna be 35 this time. And the question is just gonna kind of remain is Nostang going to make a mistake? Because I feel like that's going to be the big thing that's going to allow these guys to start to catch him. Because it really doesn't look like on pace they're going to probably be able to catch him too easily, at least. But let's see. Man, he is just running a very easy line through here. Got Anarchy in the number 3. You got the 31 of Hitman. Got Rooks driving the number 69, I believe that might be. Yeah, it looks like though Tanklin's kind of gotten to the inside of the 27. 27 gonna try and battle it back on the outside. Not gonna clear the 11 though off, which is a little bit of contact there. Never mind. I was wrong. The 27 does clear him after a little bit of contact there from the 27 to the 11, allowing the 27 to clear the 11 coming through the corner. A few guys deciding to cut the course, but I'm surprised less people are, or not as many people are choosing the shortcut line versus the normal kind of established racing line above it. Not the one's directly better than the other, but for the most part, when people I've talked to about this track, they'd say that shortcut is definitely quicker for the trucks at least. Might be able to debate Xfinity and Cup, and for sure I don't think it's faster in an IndyCar through there from what I've raced of it, but definitely think that for the trucks that should be the fastest lane thing. But here we go. Tanklin, he's caught back up to this 27. Let's see. What's the 27 going to do here to try and avoid having to make the same move he did last time? Here we go. Early block. Follows the 11 up to the wall after making a little bit of an over block there. Kind of missing the block. And looks like the 11 is going to hold on to third. Not really going to get much of a shot at him that lap, but here we go. Now he's all the way up here with him the whole time. Let's see. There's going to be a diving move made. Oh, closing into the back bumper, but not really digging deep going for it like we've seen already a couple times where drivers will dive to the inside and try and take it away. And I'm sure as we get to the end of these, as we get to the end of the stages, that'll become a lot more common. I say that, a lot of guys then go down to the apron, like I mentioned. Now I noted that they weren't doing that. Now I see a lot of them going down, and a lot of these guys kind of hanging out around, not really going for it. 150 laps in this race. Looks like it's going to be split 45, 45, and then about 60 laps to the finish. Or at least that's what it seems like it might be. I mean, I don't know exactly because the stage caution is going to tick away some of the laps in stage 2, so it'll probably end up being about 43, 42 laps. That's because the laps at the end of stage 1 count as the beginning laps of stage 2. Yeah, a lot of these guys though looking to try and impress here tonight. Especially guys like TN and the 27 and the where is he? Oh, anarchy on pit road. Uh-oh. That could be an issue. I don't think that's a scheduled stop. But, and kind of like rooks here in the 69 and the 27, both kind of trying to make their good first impressions as front runners in the league. I think the 27's doing an absolutely spectacular job of kind of proving why the 27 is here. TN absolutely running up here and running competitively. Now, there's no slam on to the rest of the drivers. Just saying that TN has come in and has, at least early on, met the expectations I think a lot of people would have had for a new driver in the series, when the series has been so dominated by the same couple of guys. Though, under attack from the 11. It's going to be a fun fight to watch. I just don't know who's going to get it. And to be honest, I think that's part of what makes it so fun. Oh, contact into the wall for the 27. That's going to allow the 11 to on by. It's been a fairly clean race, though, so far, which kind of speaks to it being somewhat similar to an intermediate like that, and a lot of the extra room that a driver could give allows for more give in the give and take balance. Now, of course, that'll all kind of eventually start to dwindle, because everybody knows that in a battle where there's give and take, that there's going to have to be some balance, and it looks like some of these guys are starting to make some scheduled pit stops. So the two brothers battling, the 33 and the 12, dueling it out, two Chevrolets. Actually, it seems like there's a lot of Chevys. NOS is a Ford. Rook's the Toyota. Hitman's a Ford. TSAT's a Ford, and I think the rest are all Chevrolet. So yeah, so a lot of Chevy contingent. One Tundra and like 2 or 3 Fords. So definitely a Chevy heavy field. So here we go, Tankling running second right now. And definitely gonna try and put together some good laps, because of course right now while he's running behind the 58, the other drivers are starting to get fresh tires and are going to be starting to catch him up. So for example, TN here already getting around the 12 of already getting around the 12 of Tyler. I mean, he's on a charge, that's for sure. And the question is where are these guys going to start to come out? Let's see. 33 was battling around the 12 when he came in. We're going to have to wait and see when the 12 hits. Here we go, Tanklin's in, as well as the race leader. So here's where I think we're going to see a big difference, or we're going to see the big decisions kind of made. I think decisions 2 or 3 in stages 2 and 3 I think are going to be heavily dependent on how this strategy works for both Tanklin and NOS. They ran a few more laps. Question is, are they going to be able to capitalize on that and actually make up positions or keep positions? Because it looks like, I think that was the 27 to, yeah, that was the 27 to TN of TN. And assuming that was for position, they definitely lost some ground. So yes, it definitely looks like pitting earlier was definitely the call. But of course, you don't want to pit so early that you run out of fuel or tire before the required distance. Now, right now, while everything's kind of cycling through, let's see. I mean, it just really looks like, oh, Tyler is actually in the pits for quite a while. I don't know if he had some kind of issue or if that's just what it took for guys to start unlapping him. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Franklin, Nostang definitely showing that he's had the superior truck, at least in the early runs of this race. And the 11 has kind of caught up the back of the 27, so maybe kind of showing some life in the longer run to the long run race style. Of course, the sooner you come on tires, the older your tires are going to be against the guys that end up racing you, assuming you don't pull, absolutely leagues and leagues ahead of them. Looks to be moving up the field. Actually, he just goes on by the 33, and now trying to catch Tyler there in the 12. And here we got C-Man, who was right in the fight with the others right before this pit stop. Looks like he may have fallen a little bit. Not really sure why he fell, but he definitely has fallen a bit behind the guys he was racing right around the 11 and the 27. He was a little bit further back, but I wouldn't have thought it was. But he also did stay on the longer, so maybe that's. Okay. Here we go, C-Man trying to get on by the 17. Well, let's see, how is Tanklin holding now? Tanklin's actually gotten the second position and has kind of charged away leaders in lap traffic, so we're going to start to see some lap trucks here before the end of this stage. Looks like the 31 of C-Man, that'll tell me that the brothers are up next, the 33 and the 12. 10 laps to go on the stage. For them to try and stay on the lead lap would be an incredible task. Like the 58, he's gonna catch these guys. I don't know if he's gonna pass them in time though. And that's kind of one of those issues. And Keystone all the way up into 4th, it looks like. So he really doesn't have anyone in front of him though, so he's gonna have to wait till the next stage to probably start earning anything of any real value for himself. Although, if you ask me, I'd say 4th place is plenty of value and not really needing to earn much more. I mean, sure, you always like to get those podium finishes, but man, 58 is really diving to the bottom trying to get around these guys, and oh, he gets around the 33 there. Definitely makes kind of quick work of that, and that's going to make it the Hitman, not the Frank NASCAR. So, sorry about the lack of commentary. I'm a little bit tired and distracted right now, but here we go. Mustang versus the 12. He's finally caught him. Also, there hasn't been a whole lot going on screen anywhere on the track, so I've been trying to find it. Here we go. Here comes the 12 versus the 7, or 12 versus the 58. 58 goes on by, and that makes short work of him. Here comes C-Man, gonna try and see if he can get that 4th position and an extra point here before the end of the stage. As the stage is definitely starting to wind down here. Hopefully you guys are pretty excited for this one. Let's see, the stage has got 4 laps remaining in it. And of course a caution at this point would end the stage. So, kind of hoping for no caution here until the stage ends. So stage 1 definitely looks like it's going to be a pretty easy stage victory for the number 58. No one really around him to even challenge him, even if the tank wasn't really wanting to. So it definitely looks like the battle for position is going to be the 4th and 5th spots here between C-Man and Keystone. So yeah, right now coming to the white flag this time by for the stage finish. Here we go. The white flag this time, so we'll have one more time around here in Phoenix. Let's say I pretty much already know 58 is going to get the stage win, but that doesn't rule out someone else getting a position here, like C-Man or Keystone being able to hold them off, but there we go. 58 wins the stage. Looks like C-Man really doesn't get a shot at Keystone on the final lap, and Keystone able to take 4th place. So, C-Man beat Mac 5th, 6th. Of course, you know TN got 3rd, Tanklin 2nd. First was NAS. So here we are, everybody's making their pit stops, and we should be seeing, okay, so it looks like Tyler will be the free pass over Hitman. Looks like the 33 is kind of slumped a little bit further. Now let's see. Looks like everybody coming to pit road, and any surprise the front 2 with who the front 2 are, and even the 3rd place guy. And everybody just holding their spots. Keystone actually following right in behind the 11, able to stay right up in this fight. Gonna actually try and shove the 11 through the turn. Not really gonna make much happen there. Oh wait, no, he does get to the inside though on the 11, so he is able to make something happen at the very least. He's gonna be able to make a little bit of ground for the 27. But here we go. So 27 versus 17. Who's going to get this one? Looks like 17 once again driving it in. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! The 27. I don't know what he thought he was going to accomplish there. He drove way up the inside of the 58 and then nearly spun himself out trying to complete the move. Let's see. Is is the 17 going to do the exact same thing right back to the 58? No, the 27 tried the lap before. Looks like he is going to get to the quarter panel. Not going to really use up the 58 much, and the 58 actually coming back down the track and completes the move onto or the 58 completes the block there onto the 17. Looks like the 27 kind of sliding back a bit. There you go, everybody's just kind of dodging down the track. Let's see. He's going to put Tanklin into second. Keystone back to third. Fourth is TN. Fifth, still C-Man. So C-Man seems to be just kind of hanging around, waiting to see what's going to happen. Okay, so right now we got a three-way battle lead. Easily could heat up into more with the 27 and the 56 right there. But at the moment, it looks like they are pretty content to run with each other here. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen here. Okay. So, C-Man actually going around the 27 as well, so it looks like definitely looks like the 27 may have used up their tires earlier on in the stage, trying to make something happen. Of course, you always gotta wonder with those stages, how long is the run gonna be? 35 laps is the guaranteed maximum. But of course, if we have a caution in the middle of this, who's going to do what to try and gain what advantage? Definitely looks like Tanklin kind of able to gain right up to the back bumper of his of Mustang. I don't know if they're teammates or not. I think they might be, but they definitely are the two guys that are always up at the front together. I mean, I don't remember the last race that one of these two didn't win. Let me check. That would have been Auto Club was the first race that one of those two didn't win. But yeah, Mustang though, average finish of a second place. Tanklin, average finish of 3.5. Tanklin so far yet to finish outside the top 6 in all 6 races so far this season. I mean, there are some impressive numbers around. I mean, there's that stat. You've got Tanklin having won 4 of the 6 races so far. Ironically, no one's won more than 3 stages in the races so far. So out of the first 12 stages, no one's won more than 3 of them. Yeah, a number of drivers that have made every single race so far, and some that haven't. But whether that's because they were recruited mid-season, or if they just happened to have something come up where they missed a race. Definitely going to come down to Looks like it's gonna be a very long run style of race, and not gonna be decided by a bunch of short runs like initially I may have thought. Okay, they're still just about running up there together. Let's see. Still got. Man, it's just so hot. Man. But yeah, so right now just kind of watching the laps tick away. 27 laps go in the stage, but everybody's gonna need a pit before then anyway, with the percentage of where that they're running here. So there's no way they make it out of here without a pit stop this stage. So it definitely looks like the guys are kind of just settling into their groove and starting to run. No one really able to get away though. Keystone just kind of lurking here behind the two leaders, and to be honest, that might be enough to just kind of stay kind of there, keep them thinking about you, but not really use up your stuff trying to pass them like what we saw with the 27. 'Cause I think it's pretty clear the 27 used up a bit more tire than they would have liked to have already in this one. So definitely just a little bit over halfway, and oh, we're starting to see pit stops. I believe that was Keystone. Oh, looks like Anarchy was the first to pit last time. One of the first guys to pit this time. Keystone as well. One of the earlier pitters last time. One of the first to pit this time. I'll be curious to see if anyone goes from a long run to chasing some of these guys down pit road. Like, I'd really like to see if we see the 11 or the 58 maybe try and follow the 17 and not let the 17 go and just take the lead on strategy, because if the 17 wins this stage on strategy, you know you've got to watch out for him in the final stage, because he is definitely one of the better drivers, I would say. Granted, they're all elite level drivers, so. And I wouldn't necessarily say he's outright the best driver, because he definitely has some stuff he still needs to work on. But then again, what driver in this field doesn't have something they need to work on to better themselves? If you can point me to one of them, I'd love to find out, because I don't see how they are doing that. Also, it looks like I'm lagging quite a bit with everybody kind of lagging like that. It seems like a little bit of a connection issue. Okay. So yeah, right now though, let's see, going to the inside goes the 11. 11 going to the inside of the 58. Not gonna be able to make anything happen that time. Of course, you just gotta wait for a lot of this to cycle around, because can't imagine any of them are gonna make it 20 laps on this run. But as you start to see some guys staying out, the thought has to come into your head at some point: has someone maybe saved a bit of fuel and trying to pull off a very unlikely stage win? There we go. There goes the 58 into the pits, but Tanklin stays out. So the pole sitter now becomes the race leader as he takes the lead under the strategy, and will probably end up losing some ground to the 58 as well. So it definitely looks like, and here we go, Nostang's already in his pit stall. Tanklin just decided to come in as well. It's definitely going to be a fun battle to the finish, but everybody's going to have to play it safe, because you don't want to anger somebody early in the race and have them pay you back and take the win late from you. Because really, it's all about that final few laps that really are going to come down to it. Though I am impressed we've run the entire thing green flag so far. I'll be interested to see where they all cycle out here with Keystone and Nos and all them. Oh, uh-oh, big wreck. That will potentially end the stage. We're going to have to wait and see. Seaman still the race leader. Keystone now second. Or now third, I mean, sorry. Second, assuming they'd run this one out. Looks like Nostang will be the free pass. Keystone might need to take the wave around to get back on the lead lap here. I don't actually know what the ruling's going to be here. It'll be interesting to see. Looks like Keystone is currently scored on the lead lap, so I would almost anticipate him being one of the lead lap guys here, as what are they doing? I have no idea what they're doing, but there was a big wreck, and now I guess we're waiting to see how this is all going to sort out here. So it looks like Keystone's caught up to Seaman a bit. So here we go. Waiting to kind of see everybody getting in the positions. Looks like Seaman will start on the front row with Nos, and that's going to be a fun battle, but it looks like that might be the only battle on track, because literally no one else seems to want to get close. So granted, we may just be waiting to see where everybody else is going to cycle out, because currently Keystone in third is way behind everybody else. Looks like TSAT might have not grabbed a free pass or a wave around when he was supposed to. So he's going to go wave around now. And, oh, look, never mind. Looks like now pit road is open. And we're going to see who all pits. Looks like Keystone's going to pit here. Not really sure who else is going to pit, but definitely looks like split decision for sure. But I would probably say the fresh tires are going to matter. So So I'm with Keystone on this one. I think fresh tires are going to mean a ton when it comes to trying to win this stage. Now, it may hurt you in terms of the race if you end up staying out, but I guess it comes down to, do you look for the stage points and think, okay, I can recover by the end of the race? Or do you look at it as a short race and think, okay, I gotta be up at the front for the start of this next stage? So here we go, 56 and 58 on the front row. Second row, we've got the 11 and the 3. Looks like the 3 might be forfeiting his starting position. I don't know why he would be doing that, but definitely looks like that might be the case, as looks like they've dropped to the back, and looks like they're still waiting on the go pedal, so it'll be 10 laps to go next time by. Laps are starting to dwindle down here in this stage. Long caution period though, for sure. Maybe this time we're actually going to go green. So here we go. C-Man on the front row, along with Mustang. Then you got Tanklin, the 27 actually, of TN up here in the top 4. Then you've got Keystone 5th. 6th, I didn't really see who it was, but we might not have time for that. Green flag is in the air, and it looks like it's Anarchy in 6th. So green flag though underway here. 10 laps to go in stage 2. So 10 laps remaining. And C-Man is going to have the lead, and this is the first guy I think we've seen lead all day, other than Hitman, or other than NOS and Strategy. C-Man was leading because of Strategy, but it turned into track into more natural track position with the caution coming out at the right time, and he was able to inherit that lead. And of course, he's probably going to be hoping for another caution to try and help secure this stage win as well, because he certainly doesn't want all these guys catching up to him. Though right now it looks like they're kind of going to battle amongst each other to try and see who's going to be the one to go up there and challenge C-Man. Which, to be honest, is the best thing for C-Man, because I don't think C-Man really has much for some of these guys, especially the guys on 4 tires. But you can definitely see some of these guys kind of slowing each other up and making it harder and harder for them to actually catch C-Man in this amount of time. And probably partially why we've yet to see more than 3 stages won by any one driver. Actually, let me really quickly see if all the stage wins are marked, because that seems like a really low number to have as the stage count. Okay, yeah, they do have all 12 marked. We don't have all the pole awards marked. We've only got about half of those. But here we go. Looks like the 58 though absolutely struggling on the older tires, and kind of after losing his track position as well. Here we go. Definitely looks like it's going to be fun one here. Oh, uh-oh, that looks like some lag there on my end again. Probably because I don't think the game itself is lagging. I think it's just yeah, my Xbox is really warm, so that's probably why it's gonna run hot. It looks like. Now though, C-Man looks like he might be on pace to just kind of walk away with this stage. And I know that's not exactly what Keystone has in mind, because Keystone wants to try and get up here and get himself a stage win. I don't know if that would be his first stage win this season or not. It might be. Let's see. I know Keystone has got one of those stage wins, so that would be his second of the season. C-Man, would that be his first? Yeah, C-Man, it would be his first stage win. He does have a pole award, though, at a track. I don't know what track he got his pole award at. Of course, Tanklin picked up his first pole award, or his first recorded pole award so far. I don't know if we missed one of Tanklin's or if, no. So I know Nos has had quite a few as well. Yeah, here we go. Final lap, and let's see. Can the 17 do anything to catch us? The 56 looks like no, not going to be able to get there. Not unless Keystone does something crazy, and nope, not going to get there. Stage winner, C-Man, number 56, goes and gets the stage win. So let's see, everybody's going to be starting to come into the pit road. So B-Mac, Anarchy, and Tyler still all one lap down. Everybody else beyond there is 2 or more laps down. So that leaves, that's going to put 7 cars on the lead lap at the end of this stage. So it's going to be a 60 lap run at the end here, as I kind of thought, with the 45, 45, and then the finish. So I was at least right on that one. Not that it really matters all that much. Here we go. And we're gonna zoom right over to the... No. Here we go. Let's see the restart. Everybody maintains their track position pretty much for the most part. And 57 laps to go after the caution flag has been thrown. And let's see. Looks like Keystone's going to take the early lead around the outside. Not going to last long for sure. Actually, yeah, he does. He's able to actually clear it and actually gets a pretty solid lead there, too. And everybody just kind of tripping over themselves trying to get into these corners, kind of clipping the walls. Of course, C-Man has those guaranteed points, so he's going to get some amount of points for sure, even if he drops back here. So, to be honest, it might not be a bad idea to drop back and just kind of see what your car can, or what your truck can do in traffic. So I don't know if that's necessarily the goal right now, to be piled up in these wrecks. And oh yeah, there goes a big one. That's 3 or 4 cars, and that's going to be a caution flag for sure. And let's see, the 17 slows it down. 27 will be right on his outside, assuming again no pit strategy pulled. So they ran a very clean stage 1 and 2 with only 1 caution between the 2 stages. And we've already got another big wreck here early on in the stage. So of course the final stage just a little bit longer, which to be honest I quite like, because I think it adds in a different element of challenge to this rather than just being the same exact thing 3 times. And essentially breaking the races down into thirds or quarters. Because while quarters work in some sports, when you've got 3 of something, I think it's just better to just put it into put the first 2, and then you get a longer third stage. It's about the same length as the first 2 combined. But that's just personal opinion on how I like the stage. I think they got it pretty perfect the first time that they did them. I might even look at a longer run at the finish, kind of shorter stages at the beginning. So here we go, everybody coming down pit road. So here we go. 54 laps to go here. Going to be 53 as they cross the line here. Will probably be about 52, 51 when they take the green flag here. A lot of guys kind of pitting. Looks like Mustang, second car out of the pits. Looks like TN was one of the first ones out. The question, I guess, would come down to did they take tires? Because, of course, if you took less tires, that's going to eventually cost you track position. Here, once we throw the green flag, I'm sure you got it now, but if you aren't able to hold on to it, those 2 tires are really going to fall off quick. So here we go. Looks like everybody kind of getting sorted up. So we got the 27 and the 58 on the front row. Second row we got looks like the 56 and the 17 back up to the front. And it looks like it should be green flag here as they go racing. 52 laps to go here at the green flag. And 52 laps. That'll go by in a flash here, assuming it's a green flag run. But, of course, I would still believe that is well outside of their fuel window, but it should be a one-stop race from here, you'd assume, with kind of the length and the way it plays out here for the most part. So here we go. Mustang kind of just stalking the front 2. Of course, he looked like the dominator early, as I think that was Keystone going to the inside of T N there, looking to try and get the lead, but TN holds on to it, and Mustang now right to the back bumper of Keystone, so Keystone really can't try much without risking the 58 going to his inside and taking the spot from him, though. Looks like the 17 was able to gain that momentum and clear him. And actually now able to look to the inside of the 27, and that's going to kind of help with not letting the 58 by. If you've gotten it too wide already, that blocks an extra lane for the 58 to try and go and get around you. Definitely seems like a fun race. I kind of wish I was in this one because it it's been pretty clean. But here we go. Top 5, or pretty much the 5 that have been running up in the front all day. We got TN, Keystone, Stang, Tanklin, and C-Man up in the front. Of course, those guys have been in different orders a lot of today. I don't think TN has actually led much at all. I think the only real leaders have been C-Man when he got the lead at that caution flag. Keystone when he took it after the stage ended. And Nostang at the very beginning. And now TN, so that makes 4 different leaders so far that I've been able to count. Might have been some others on fuel mileage that led a lap here or two. I mean, I think Tanklin led a few laps here and there. And of course, he was the pole sitter, so you would have thought that he might have been able to lead that first lap, though I think it was actually led by the 58 over the 17. Uh-oh. Controller died on me. Let's get that back going. And here we go. 17 looking to the inside of the 27. 17 tagging the 27's quarter panel. Sends the 27 up the track, and once again my controller turns off. Uh-oh, I think my batteries might be finally dying out here. I may need to go grab the power cord for it to hook it up and just kind of wire it instead of wireless at the moment. But we're gonna try. It looks like, yeah, it looks like it's just gonna keep doing this to me. But yeah, so Keystone though has gotten the lead. Looks like TN and the Three of Anarchy around on the backstretch. It looks like the 1-car incident for him. Yes, I'm gonna try resyncing my wheel and just using that, and I'm just gonna listen through my my other headset, which will be slightly delayed, but here we go. There we go. Hooked it up through the wheel. Now I can actually get the volume up a little higher here. At least for what I'm hearing. I mean, you guys aren't going to hear it much louder. Hopefully, let me know if the volume is okay, by the way, guys. For you guys, I don't know if I can turn it up much for this race, but it will at least give me some input for future races. Okay, so here we go. Looks like Keystone still got the race lead, so nothing really changed there. 7/10 back to TN, 1.5 seconds back to Stang. C-Man actually has come up, and looks like Tanklin's actually dropped quite a bit. Yeah, Tanklin now back in the 6th position, but he's right there for trying to take back the top 5 spot. But yeah, B-Mac though gonna try and hold on to it if he can. And Keystone trying to basically lead them all down the shortcut, so there's really nothing they can do to beat him, because at least when you're running that lane, like if you're running down there, it's hard to really gain much on someone that's running down there, unless you just out-guts them with that wall. But of course, the more guts you have, the more chance you end up smacking the wall here. Now I think if you run the traditional oval, like what we saw the 27 kind of do there, or at least for the most part run the traditional oval, you can actually get shots to the outside potentially, and here we go. Looks like 27's going to lead it down into the turn. 27 going to lead this lap, maybe not. Yes, it looks like 27 will lead this lap, so 27 your race leader. So here we go. So right now, Keystone gets back by the 27, and now the 58 going on by him as well. That's gonna put quite a few guys kind of back in this battle for positions here for this lead spot even. So of course you got the 27 up there contending for it with the 17, but then you've got the 58 trying to get the lead back. The 11's still up there. And now you're going to start to have to wonder when everybody's going to make that final pit stop. You want to pit when you can actually make it to the end, but you don't want to end up pitting too late and then end up letting everybody else kind of beat you to pit road. Now I would say I think that the top 5 right now are probably going to be the only 5 that you're really going to have to worry about outsmarting. So if someone like 6th, 7th, 8th comes to pit road, maybe you don't have to immediately hightail it into the pits. Looks like the 33 has decided to call it quits or lagged out, one or the other. Not really sure on which one that it might be. So here we go, the 11 now trying to look to the inside of the 17. Looks like he's just going to kind of follow him through the corners. So those tires are going to start to wear pretty fast. So I guess the question is, do you pit now for tires? Or do you try and save the tires to try and make it to a fuel number? Because they're right there on the edge of being able to make it on fuel. But if your tires aren't lasting long enough, that's going to put you into question whether you can make it or not. But it looks like the 17 and the 27 have both decided that now is the time to come to pit road. 32 laps to go, will be 31 at the line. It's going to be right on that edge for being able to make it or not. That's going to promote Tanklin to the race lead and Nostang to second, who looks to be way off the... not way off, actually, the lead spot there. And to be honest, it's kind of a short track, so everyone's pretty close in proximity to each other. So starting to see some of these guys coming out the pits. And I say we're still gonna have to wait and see when some of these other front runners come in to see where it all is gonna cycle out here, assuming it all cycles out. Currently Keystone is ahead of TN by about 2 seconds, so we kind of know that spot is gonna stay roughly the same. They've both already been to pit road and they were both up in that top 5 beforehand. Okay. Let's see how many laps to go, and if we say Tanklin has yet to pit, looks like 58 as well is yet to pit. Either that or the 58's just been on an absolute roll. Looks like Tanklin comes to pit road, and new leader is gonna go to that number 58. Mustang in the pits. Sorry, just had to go grab. Had to go take care of something real quick, and we're back. Looks like they've kind of started to cycle out. C-Man's still out there on his tires, it looks like. No. Oh, wait. Yeah, here we go. C-Man's in the pits. He will now surrender the race lead to Keystone in that number 17 car. So, he's going to cycle out here somewhere. Let's see. So it's currently Keystone, has about a 2-second lead over Tanklin and TN. Then you've got B-Mac up there, still ahead of Stang actually, but only for the moment it looks like, because, yeah, here we go, looks like B-Mac's going to get passed by the Stang. That just kind of shows C-Man really struggled on those old tires, and unless that's the only thing that lets him get to the end of this race, it looks like he will not get that top 5, at least not right away. But, of course, still 22 laps to go, still plenty of racing to go. So, thank you guys, by the way, for everybody that stuck around for this one. I know it hasn't been the most eventful, but glad you guys seem to be enjoying it. Of course, it looks like we got some 56 fans down in the chat. So, Tanklin looks like he's closing in about a half. He's closing in about a half second at this point on the race leader. Here we go, 20. Oh wow, Tanklin is absolutely closing in actually. I didn't realize just how quickly Tanklin is closing on Keystone. Now I'd question though, is Keystone maybe trying to save some tire to avoid having what happened there where we saw him have to pit before his fuel window really had kind of run out, and we kind of know that because guys he pitted around made it further. Yeah, Tanklin though absolutely is closing this gap. Now under a full second between them, but here you go. Brooks not gonna really get there. They're not gonna be able to hold up the 11 much as a lap truck. To be honest, that's kind of what you want out of a lap truck, is gonna hold them up, but not a huge amount to the point where it's detrimental to the race. Especially considering right now, I think the race will be improved by a battle between Keystone and Tanklin for the race lead. Now, if they were battling in lap traffic, that might be better, but not lap traffic keeping the battle from happening. So I'm hoping this one gets that this race isn't too much. I'm hoping that this race goes green flag. It looks like it's gonna be a fun one here, coming down to the wire, especially if we're looking at their fuel and tire numbers, where we don't really know for sure if, who all is gonna be able to make it or not. All we know is Keystone has to keep Tanklin behind him, because I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, I think Tanklin pitted later, so he's got slightly fresher tires than Keystone. as well as, I think he also, well, clearly on that run he lasted longer than Keystone did, so Keystone went and, so Keystone had to come and pit before the 11 did, so that's going to be the goal here. He's going to be to try and keep Tanklin behind him as much as he can. Problem is going to be trying to keep it to a 2-car battle, because the more you hold up the 11, the more you're going to have to start to worry about some of these other guys getting in on this fight. So I think it's pretty obvious, the 17 is seeming like he's trying to run to a pace almost. I'm assuming he's kind of calculated that out with the fuel and tire numbers to try and make sure he makes it to his window, or I guess in this case, the end of the race. Anarchy looks like he may have quit out the race at this point. Let's see, is he actually out? Yes, so Anarchy's second car to retire from this race. 12 laps to go. So it's definitely looking like the 17 can make it on fuel. The real question is going to be if his tires will hold on that long. And looking at the numbers, I'd say it's going to be close. Looks like he's relying on the 11 running out of tire first. Now I think if it ends up coming down to a pit stop and a 2-tire call, that's going to be even more fun, because then you gotta wonder, okay, is there going to be a speeding on entry? You don't want to speed on the entry, you don't want to speed coming off the pits. Whose 2-tire stop ends up slightly better? And I'd almost say maybe seeing if someone comes earlier, and I think I just saw someone coming down pit road. It's only TSAT, so it's probably not going to impact too much, because TSAT really hasn't been in the fight most of the day. No offense to him, his car just hasn't been that good. But yeah, definitely is going to start to question. Oh, Keystone decides that he cannot make it on fuel, so, or decides he can't, his tires won't make it, I mean. And yeah, here we go, 2-tire call. I can't imagine he goes for 4. If he goes for 4, I think he's handing away this victory. Now that, I assume, is going to have to at least draw concern from some of these other guys. Even if they don't necessarily think he's got the fastest car, if they run out of tire and they're going to have to pit, and he has more laps on, and he has more momentum on his side, and, coming around, he might be able to just take the lead from them that way. And say it'll be a question of what does Tanklin do here, because Tanklin, of course, is running right around him. Let's see. Tanklin continues to stay out, so I think Tanklin thinks he's going to be able to make it. Clearly, it looks like Keystone didn't think his tires would last long enough. So Keystone currently in 6th place, so I think that pretty much shows up that the top 6 is going to be pretty much the only guys in this fight to the finish. Problem is, though, there aren't many laps left to do it. Oh, here we go. TN comes to pit road. Now your question is going to be, does Tanklin have enough left in both the tank and the tires to get here? Because, of course, tires are going to be the important piece to all this. As the race is really starting to wind down the last several laps. I think we got about 5 to go here this time, so it's going to be a fight for the finish. And here we go. say Mustang as well, you got to start to wonder maybe he can make it. Looks like both of those guys going to be kind of tire saving here all the way to the finish. And I'd almost say that with the 17 pitting, you got to wonder, are they maybe going to use that to save extra tire just because now they don't have the pressure right on them. Here as we're coming down through the final few laps. I mean, you just got to wonder with some of these. Oh, it looks like someone stopped on the front stretch. Oh, that's TN. I don't know what happened to him, but man, it looks not very good. So it looks like TN is going to be out of a shot to win this one. As Tanklin just absolutely pounding around here still. I don't know. It looks like he might think he's got this thing on tires already. And I think that's going to really start to make everybody else question their decisions to come to pit road. 2 laps to go, it looks like. It'll be one at the line this time. White flag's in the air. White flag for Tanklin, I believe. Let's see. Here we go. Tanklin coming around to the front, or to the old front stretch, now the back straightaway. Coming through 3 and 4, let's see. And Tanklin coming through the Geico restart zone. And he will win here at Phoenix in the Misfitz 150 presented by Moses Family Jerky. Let's go talk to him. Oh, wait, I can't talk to him because my controller's dead. Never mind. So we won't get to talk to Tanklin, unfortunately. But yeah, so Tanklin, Nos winning one of the stages as well as coming second. C-Man coming third. Looks like B-Mac will get fourth. Fifth goes to MRL Keystone. T-Sat didn't recover himself all the way up to 6th place, or all the way up to 6th place. So I take it back. I thought he wasn't going to really be able to get up there, but he almost got a top 5 spot out of all that. So, massive congratulations to Tanklin. And of course, I actually won't be able to broadcast tomorrow night's race at Phoenix for the Xfinity cars, but feel free to check that out over on Keystone's Twitch channel at twitch.tv/The Keystone Corner. But that's all from me for tonight, so thank you guys all for watching this live stream of the Misfitz 100 presented by Moses Family Jerky, and we will see you guys in the next race, live stream, or whatever you guys do with the rest of your